Hey everybody, it's Antim over here in China. Hey guys, first and foremost I want to say thank you so much for all the nice comments on my last video. You guys are amazing. You are the reason I make all these crazy videos on YouTube. I'm so glad that you find my tutorials useful. Absolutely, I'm going to give you more. I love making videos. I love my YouTube audience, and so by all means, please feel free to ask. And even if you don't ask, I'm just going to keep feeding to you. Now, when it comes to playing this lovely little Merlin, some people have difficulties because, of course, as you can see, the fret layout is not like a standard instrument. It's more like a dulcimer, and that can be problematic when you're playing certain chords. For example, the C chord. I don't know if it's possible to play a C chord on this without actually having to retune the Merlin. Now, another possibility as well is to transpose the song into a different key, which I can do on paper very easily, but on the fly it can get a little tricky, especially since I'm new to the Merlin. So what I'm finding easier is I'm trying to find songs that use chords that are easy on the Merlin and going from there. For example, Someone Like You by Adele works beautifully on the Merlin. I honestly think it sounds great on the Merlin. I wish I had the voice to match, but we do what we can with what we've got. But the chords that I find easiest to use on the Merlin are A, E, D, F, and G. Basically, I've shown you most of these chords already. We're going to look at two that I didn't cover in the, or one I didn't cover in the last tutorial today. But I find if I look for songs with those chords specifically, I find there's actually a very large selection of these songs out there. The one I'm going to teach you today is Free Falling by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Great tune, very easy to play. Very, very easy to play. It's the same chord pattern for the verses and the chorus, so that makes it easy. It's only 3 chords, and the chords work very well together on Merlin. Basically, you're doing this. You're starting here, you're sliding here, you're coming back, you're sliding here, you're coming back, you're sliding here, you're coming back. So it's just this continuous up and down motion. It's just a matter of which chords you're playing at that time. So let's start. Let's get this baby going. So the first chord we're going to look at for this song is once again the good old standard D. Now again, there's 2 ways to play the D. You can either play open strings, that's a D, or you can hit the first 2 little strings there. When I say the first 2 strings, I'm talking about the bottom 2 that are very close together, that are both tuned to D. So you can put your finger on there. That's a D, and also that's a D. I find with this song it sounds nicer with the finger on for the D, okay? So it starts off with a D, and then it switches to a G. Now, G can be played in 2 different ways, similar to the E that I showed you with Someone Like You, whereas you can either bar across the 3rd fret, hitting all the strings, right? That's a G. Or what I do, this is from my ukulele days and not being able to do bars very well, is I will take my middle finger and put it on the bottom 2 little strings, and then I will bar the top 2 with my pointer finger, which has the same effect as this, but I don't have to make this switching motion all the time. Now, for people with smaller fingers, I've got fat stubby fingers, so barring doesn't really work for me, but this tends to work quite well. This is how I play D's on ukuleles, for example. So we go from a D to a G, and then we come right back to that D again, and then to an A. And an A, if you remember from the last video, is simply the bottom 2 strings on the 1st fret and the top string on the 1st fret. So it's like this. And that's really it. It's these 3 chords. It's G, sorry, why do I keep saying G? It's D, G, G, D, A. D, G, G, D, A. Okay, let's see how it sounds, then we'll look at it a little bit more. She's a good girl. This is going to take some practice here. Sound nice. It sounds really, really nice with that chord pattern. Now, I know people are going to ask this. People always ask me this, and they say, what's the strumming pattern? I honestly, my mind doesn't work that way. I don't honestly think to myself, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down. To me, it just seems natural that I just let my right hand go, and I try to play by ear. I try to play by what I remember it sounding like, but as far as the actual honest to goodness strumming pattern, I suppose if I sat down and tried to transcribe it, I could probably figure it out. And if you guys really do want that, please let me know. I will do that for you. But I just tend to hear the song in my head as I'm strumming, and I just naturally, it just kind of comes naturally to me. So let's review that. Again, it starts at D, D, and then jumps up to G. We hit that a few times, and then we go back to D for ones, and then A. A bit faster now. D, G, see what it sounds like with the words. She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus, America too. She's a good girl, prays about Elvis, loves horses, and married her boyfriend too. It's a long day living in Reseda. There's a freeway running through the yard. I'm a bad boy, so don't even miss her. I'm a bad boy for breaking her heart. Again, the chorus is the same. I'm free, free falling. Yeah, I'm free, free falling. And that's basically it. G, D, G, A, D. Those three chords back and forth, again sliding up and down. You'll have it in no time. I'm going to make a song. I'm going to make a video of the actual cover of this as well. But for now, give it a go, guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, if you do want me to try to figure out the strumming patterns, by all means let me know. But hey, give it a try yourself first. You might surprise yourself. I did. Thanks, guys. This is Ant over here in China, loving my Merlin.